What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Wrestling with Laughter. Today, we're going to go over Monday Night Raw, our thoughts and opinions on the show. If you see me looking over here, I'm going to look over at my other monitor, getting my notes that I had for this. But starting it off, we're going to talk about Triple H calling it epic. I think it was a decent show, but I don't think it was epic by any means. Um, I don't know what he thought would be epic about it. But irregardless, it was a decent show. But we're going to start off with talking about Rhea Ripley and Io Sky coming down to the ring. Their new tag team name is Rio, which is a good name actually. Uh, and them talking about going after the Kabuki Warriors and their tag team titles, which we'll talk about a little bit more later as of the main event. But I am so happy the love they're giving to the women's tag team division. I think is fantastic. You've got a lot of main event talent just going after tag team titles. I think it's awesome. But they get interrupted by Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who want their rematch. So it sets up a tag team match between the two teams later in the evening, which, I mean, I was kind of excited for. I guess maybe that's what Triple H thought was epic. I'm trying to look for the epic in this, and I'm not sure I'm going to find it. But we're going to go through the matches first, and then we'll go through the backstage stuff. Starting off with the matches, we had Jey Uso versus LA Knight for the quarterfinals of the last time is now tournament, where we had a relatively good match. I mean, it was a decent match, and where LA Knight picked up the win, which to me it was shocking. I didn't think LA Knight would win that. I figured they were going to run Jay and Gunther again in the finals, but um, we got LA Knight in the finals, and I'm just going to be honest with you. Maybe because I'm an LA Knight fan, I would love to see LA Knight versus John Cena. I would love to see LA Knight retire John Cena. I think um, it would benefit him more. Not because, don't get me wrong, not because I wouldn't want to see Gunther. Gunther is fantastic. He's he is the future of WWE in my opinion. Um, and I think Gunther has already kind of got that push. He got to retire Goldberg, and he's already been world champion. Will be world champion again. It would give him an even bigger push, yes, but I think it would benefit LA Knight more than it would Gunther. But either way, if it's John Cena and Gunther, that's going to be a heck of a match between the two of them. I got a feeling that's what it's going to be, and I'm not disappointed about it. I like Gunther. I like Cena's my favorite wrestler of all time. So uh, yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch that and to see uh, what they do with that. So we got LA Knight rolling up Jey Uso, which the talking point of the match wasn't the LA Knight winning part. It was the Jey Uso kind of losing it part. That was the talking point of that match. Um, him having doubt in himself and all that. I think eventually, not right off. I mean, because they're still making money and everything off of Yeet merch and all that, and it's still very popular. But I could see Jey Uso making a change, whether that's heel turn or not. I don't know, but he could be making a change to become more of a serious role. And I think the only way you could really make Jey Uso a serious role is to turn him heel. I think that would be the best thing. But we will see what happens with that. And then we go to the next match we had, which was AJ Styles versus Dragon Lee. Or, God bless. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the New Day for the Raw Tag Team titles. And I gotta say, this was a fun match. It was a fun match to watch. I love Dragon Lee and AJ Styles as a team. I think they're a fantastic team. Honestly, I really do. I love that move they hit where Dragon Lee jumps off the top onto the back of Kofi, and then AJ Styles catching him for a Styles clash was absolutely beautiful. Maybe that was the epic Triple H was talking about. I'm still trying to find the epic Triple H was talking about, by the way. But I think that was absolutely beautiful, and a well fought match where AJ Styles and Dragon Lee retain the titles, and I guess are going to go into a feud with the War Raiders or the Viking Raiders or whatever you want to call them, Ivar and Eric. So they're gonna go into a match with them. I just kind of wish they would show the men's tag team titles the same amount of love they're showing the women's tag team titles. Which, I mean, don't get used to the love they're showing the women's tag team titles. We all know um, that eventually they're not going to get as much love. But for right now, they are. So let's enjoy it while it lasts. Um, yeah, we had that match, and then we went on to uh, the segment. Uh, the segment that we had with Heyman, uh, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Logan Paul, where we're going to get on January 5th a championship match between CM Punk and Braun Breaker. Um, I love the promo that Braun Breaker delivered. I think it was fantastic. It showed his intensity. I think they're trying to build him up to be another Brock Lesnar. Is what I'm getting out of it. I could be totally wrong, but um, that's what they're trying to build him up to be like. So we'll see. Um, I think it's going to be a good feud. I don't see Braun Breaker taking the title off of Punk on January 5th. I feel like there's going to be shenanigans happen to where Punk will keep the title but not make Breaker look bad, and Breaker will win it later on, like at WrestleMania or maybe even the Royal Rumble. Um, I don't think they take the title off of him January 5th, but they could surprise me. Uh, I think Braun Breaker is ready for the title. I think he is well earned a title shot for sure. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather see them push Bronson Reed. To be honest, I love Bronson Reed though. I think he's got the character down good. I think he's just tremendous in the ring for a big guy. Um, and I think the world of Bronson Reed. So I can't wait to see them push him. But we got a heck of a promo from Braun Breaker, but no mention at all this episode of the man in the mask other than Paul Heyman saying he had nothing to do with it. So I don't know when they reveal that. Maybe that's what happens on January 5th is the masked man will uh, interrupt the match and then we'll get a reveal of who it is. Maybe that's when we get the reveal. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. And then we're going to go on to the next match, which I never even knew I wanted to see until this episode of Monday Night Raw, which is Gunther versus Solo Sikoa. Oh my gosh, that was a heck of a match between both men. Which I'll just be honest, I think Gunther could have a 5-star match with a broomstick. To be honest with you, he's just so good in the ring. But him and Solo together was just a match I never thought I would want to see. That we actually got just on a random episode of Monday Night Raw. So, yeah, they definitely tore it down. Probably the best match of the night. Um, I really love that tag team match though, but probably the best match of the night. And of course, Gunther picks up the win, and we'll be going on to face LA Knight this Friday on SmackDown. Now, I wanna mention something. I've not heard anybody else mention this, and you can tell me I'm crazy. Um, when last Friday night we had Sheamus obviously get injured, and we had the Miz sneak his way into it by taking the name that was in Nick Aldis's little ball there and changing it out with his name. I don't know. I just don't see WWE just doing it just to do it. Which actually, yeah, I do. I could see them doing it just to do it. But why would they do it that way unless they were going to have some type of surprise like the person that was actually in there. I Maybe Nick Aldis catches it from watching it back and says, "Well, this guy deserved the shot, whoever the name was." I don't know. I think there might be something a little bit more to that. Could be wrong, could be totally wrong, and you can tell me how wrong I am down in the comments below. Uh, or give me your theories behind it, what you think is going to happen, because I am totally interested to see what happens. I mean, chances are we're just going to get a John Cena Gunther match. That's what I'm guessing. Which again, we'll say again, will not. I am not mad at all. Um, or we get a John Cena LA Knight match, which that you talk about giving LA Knight a big push. If he somehow pulled a win out over Gunther, and then turn around and retired Cena, you got to put the title on him. You got to put the title on him at that point, because I mean you're just pushing him to the moon. But again, I see it being Gunther over LA Knight. But no, let me know in the comments what you think about that. I don't know. That was kind of weird to me. I mean, if they were just gonna make it the Miz and that would be the end of it, why go through all that? Why not just him just be lucky and that be the actual name in the ball? I don't know. I don't know. It just struck me as kind of odd. You know, sometimes WWE can be very odd, or as Triple H would say, epic. Um, then the final match we had on the show was the Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, which was a good match. I mean, it really was a really good match. Then we got the interruption from the Kabuki Warriors. I think they were first. I think they were first to interrupt. Uh, and then we got Bailey and Lyra run out there. So we got an interruption from them as well. And then we got the last thing we seen was the Judgment Day. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez holding up the titles with Liv Morgan holding their hands up. Which, by the way, I will go back and talk about. I just want to save it for a little bit later. Um, uh, so we'll see what happens there. I just love the talent they have in the women's tag team division right now. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it might set up a big multi-team match, maybe even a ladder match. Maybe we go for a tag team ladder match. That would be kind of cool to see um, for the women's tag team titles. But either way, it ended in no contest. And the last image you see is Judgment Day holding up the tag team titles. But going back, we're going to talk about the individual segments for a minute. I know I've already talked about Braun Breakers, but we'll talk about the Judgment Days for a minute. Um, I don't know. There's something weird going on there. Uh, I think Liv Morgan is stepping up to be the leader of the group. Also, got a backstage little standoff between her and Stephanie in a match I would love to see. I think that would be a fantastic match. Um, so we got the face off between them, and then them coming out and her saying that the Judgment Day is going to hold all the gold, and and then her wanting to go after the women's world championship, and then helping Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez go after the women's tag team championships. And then you got Dominic as Intercontinental Champion and AAA champion as well. Um, I don't know. I see again. Let me know how wrong I am in the comments. But I see a time. I don't know when it will be. It could be another year from now, for all I know. They keep dragging out the Judgment Day story. Well, not saying dragging out in a bad way, but they've kept it going for a very long time, so they might not end it here soon. But um, either way, I could see some type of story where Liv Morgan and Finn Balor are working together. I don't know if I'm correct on that. Chances are I'm wrong, and you can let me know how wrong in the comments again. And we could talk about it. I could see a scenario where it's Finn Balor and Liv Morgan secretly trying to get the group to implode on itself. Um, I don't know. I don't know. We'll definitely find out a little bit about that. Um, so that was the last segment on TV. I'm sure there's some backstage segments that I am forgetting about. I know we had one. Oh, one was with Jey Uso. Uh, Jey Uso saying that the only man he can blame is himself, and uh, putting himself down pretty much, and saying how Roman said the title will look the best around his shoulder, and talking about how right he may be. I just think it's the beginning of a nice little character change for Jay. At least I hope so a little bit. Not that I hate the yeeting thing and all that, because if you're in the crowd, I got to be in the crowd once with Jey Uso, and it's fun to yeet along with Jey Uso. I just be honest with you. When you're in the crowd, it's fun to yeet along, but I'm also one of the people when I watch on TV like, oh my god, why are we running this back? So I can see him doing something different with Jay. Hopefully, uh, again, I'm just going over my notes a little bit here about about uh, what all happened. We did have a segment with Ivy Nile that said she's going to go after uh, um, uh, Maxine Dupree. Good lord, for the women's intercontinental championship. That ought to be fun. Uh, I loved. I know I wasn't around to make videos on it, but I loved that they gave the title to Maxine. I know a lot of people hated it. I loved it. I think it's fantastic. But they showed a hype video with her working with Natalia. I don't know why they showed it now after she's the champion. Not why not show that before she beats Becky. I mean, that's just something I was thinking about. Um, but other than that, let me know if I missed anything. I probably have. Uh, let me know down in the comments if I missed anything, uh, for sure. And let me know where the epic was, if you guys want to. tell me tell me what part Triple H was talking about when he called this Monday said that this Monday Night Raw was going to be epic. Um, I don't know. Maybe it was the hot video from Maxine Dupree. Could be. I don't know. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna make another video doing my SmackDown review when SmackDown comes on. Um, and also, a couple things. One, if you made it this far, thank you so much. And please, if you ain't subscribed, subscribe and like the video. Comment, please. Comment and tell me what you guys think. I thought about start doing live streams for Friday Night SmackDown and Monday Night Raw and PLEs. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys would be interested in that, the ones that do subscribe to me and do watch me, if you would be interested in me doing a live stream, please let me know. I just didn't. I haven't done one so far because I'm new and trying to build my channel up. and I didn't. I just hadn't done it yet. So if that's something you guys would like to see, please leave it in the comments below. Uh, and again, I thank you guys so much for watching. I will be trying to come out with videos in between my work schedule. I want to talk about the best matches of the year, the worst matches of the year. Uh, After December 13th, talk about John Cena's final final year in WWE and what we thought about it. Give our official thoughts about it. Um, After it's all said and done. Um, but again, thank you guys so much. Please comment below. Tell me what you would like to see. Let me know about the live streaming. And I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys.